Hello?
Yes. What are you doing here?
Okay, I'm looking for Brother Genitivi. Would you happen to be him or know where I could find him?
Brother Genitivi? Why?
I have a few questions for him. I want to talk to him about his research. I'm very much into what he's researching. Yes.
His research?
Yeah.
Ah, you mean his search for Andraste's ashes? He was on the trail of the Urn of Sacred Ashes, yes. Whether he found it, the Maker only knows. I haven't seen Brother Genitivi in weeks. He sent no word. It's so unlike him. I'm afraid something has happened. Genitivi's research into the urn may have led him into danger.
Why do you think he's in trouble, out of curiosity?
Perhaps the urn has been lost for a reason. I pray for Genitivi's safety, but hope dwindles with each passing day. I tried to send help, but some knights came from Redcliffe looking for him not long ago. I sent them after Genitivi, and they too have disappeared.
They've disappeared too. I have a question for you, though. How do you know that they disappeared if you sent them after Genitivi and then they disappeared after that? Wouldn't you never have known that they, I don't know, went missing?
Well, they haven't returned, and they sent no word either.
Uh-huh. Maybe they took Genitivi back to Redcliffe. Maybe they decided to keep on going for a different reason. Maybe they decided to take a vacation in Antiva instead of going to find Genitivi. Ever think of that? Are you so close to these knights, though, from Redcliffe that they'd send you word? I don't know. I kind of doubt that.
I don't know. After what happened to Genitivi, can you blame me for thinking the same thing could happen to the knights? Perhaps I am just a pessimist. I hope I am wrong.
Uh-huh. So where did you send them?
No, don't ask me where they went.
I
You'll
just
go
did.
After them. And what if ill luck should befall you too? This search is a curse on all of us. Some things are not meant to be found. I know that now.
Okay, listen. First of all, if I want to go searching, that's on me. If you tell me where you sent the knights and I go and something happens to me, that's on me. That's not on you. So first of all, just kind of disregard that line of thought. But if I'm willing to risk it, why not just let me know? Or, yeah, so I can go.
So be it.
Thank you.
All he said before he left was that he would be staying at an inn near Lake Callinhard, investigating something in that area.
Okay, do you know exactly what he was investigating, or?
I don't know. All I discovered from going through his research was that he was staying at the inn.
But you just said that he spoke to you and told you that. Did you read it in his research, or did he tell you that?
Yes, of course he told me, but I also went through his things to see if I could find other clues to his whereabouts.
You sound nervous, like really nervous, like uncomfortably nervous. And I've caught you in two really weird lie but not lies. Are you sure you're not hiding something?
That's not true.
Uh-huh.
I told you everything I know. Brother Genitivi told
Us?
me about the inn, and that's all.
Who's us? I would love to meet the others that constitute as us. Maybe they have better answers for me.
Us? I mean me. There is no us. Bah! Why do I keep up this charade?
I have no idea.
I gave you a chance to turn aside and forget you ever heard of Genitivi and the urn. But you persisted.
I know.
Now it has come to this. Andraste, forgive me, I do this in your name.
What are you doing? I don't think Andraste wants you to do anything in her name. Ever think about that? No? Okay, listen, can we just talk about this and why you have to... Oh, no, this hurts. Stop. You really need to stop because we're all just going to beat you up. And there he goes. Okay. So let's recap. That guy was lying to me. Us. And supposedly there was an us involved. Does he have anything in his pockets? A staff. Lyrium. Okay. I'm going to take those. I'm going to leave his ropes with him, though. Like, he should get to keep those. What's this? Anything in here? Hello? Is the rest of the us in here? No. There has to be a clue as to where he went. I don't know if I necessarily believe... What is that? Oh, it's a corpse. It was probably the dude that dude was trying to impersonate. No. Well,
as you say.
We got him, you know, some revenge. That's it. Revenge, for sure. I'm going to take all this. This is Genitivi's research? Hold on. This might be something to take a peek at. There was something about a place named Haven? Hold on. So, it's amidst ramblings about a local legend, something about ancient trade routes and the village of Haven in the Frostbacks. And apparently it's not on any map, which is apparently where we're going. A place that's not on a map. No. Yes, okay. So, how do I find a place that isn't on a map? I get us lost enough as it is for me to try to find a place that doesn't actually exist. Technically, might actually be easier than me trying to follow a map. So maybe this works out in our best interest. Let's see. Wait. What is this about dragon cults? Let's suggest for a moment that a high dragon is simply an animal. A cunning animal to be sure, but in possession of no true self-awareness or sentience. There has not, after all, been a single recorded case of a dragon attempting to communicate or performing any act that could not likewise be attributed to a clever beast. How then does one explain the existence of so-called dragon cults throughout history? One dragon cult might be explainable, especially in light of the reverence of the old gods in the ancient Vinter Imperium. In the wake of the First Blight, many desperate imperial citizens turned to the worship of real dragons to replace the old gods who had failed them. A dragon, after all, was a god figure that they could see. It was there, as real as the archdemon itself, and as evidence makes clear, did offer a degree of protection. Other dragon cults could be explained in the light of the first. Some cult members might have survived, spread the word. The worship of the old gods was as widespread as the Imperium itself. So how does one explain them? They live in the same lair as the High Dragon, nurturing and protecting its defenseless young. In exchange, the High Dragon seems to permit those cultists to kill a small number of these young in order to feast on draconic blood. That blood is said to have a number of strange long-term effects, including bestowing greater strength and endurance. And it may breed insanity as well. Navarran dragon hunters have said these cultists are incredibly powerful. Changes in the cultists are a form of blood magic. Is there a draconic intelligence that we have heretofore guessed at? No member of a dragon cult has ever been taken alive. And what account exists from the days of the Navarran hunters record only mad rants and impossible tales of godhood. With dragons only recently reappearing and still incredibly rare, we may never know the truth, but the question remains. I have a question though. Why is Brother Genitivi looking at stuff on dragon cults? Like, why was that so important? Because that says to me that wherever we're headed next potentially has dragon cults, right? Or maybe he just liked reading about everything, right? Maybe this dragon cult business has nothing to do with where we're going at all. Like, all this dragon cult book is just, curiosity. I have books-ish on things that I'm curious about, but will never experience and have no relation. That's not true. I don't really have a stack of books because I haven't been able to. But you know what I mean, right? Like, maybe that's it. Yeah, dragons. I wasn't prepared for that. At all. Especially not one that, all culty and stuff. But I guess we're off to a place that doesn't really exist on a map.
You here to report another crime? I swear we should just cordon off the entire district. Oh, can I help you, Warden?
No, is the market district really that bad?
The lower market isn't deemed important by the captain of the guard, even less with Al Howe in charge. So when I finally get the new men I request, I get the delightful surprise of discovering their Lord Such-and-Such's illegitimate, untrained, moronic whelps. But lords keep sending me more of them. It's decent pay, no expectations, a uniform. So I have a legion of bastards to protect the market from pickpockets, stabbings, and whatnot. And Al Howe's specially picked men are the worst of the lot.
That sounds awful. Dare I ask how they're worse? Because it already sounds like you're dealing with bottom of the barrel.
With the bastards, I just have to worry about dicing, the odd bit of drool, or yelling at them too loudly and hurting their poor feelings, and then getting chewed out by their noble fathers. But I swear, the Arl's men are more criminal than the miscreants we occasionally arrest. Some of them are the criminals we have to arrest.
Oh.
So if your lifeblood isn't draining in the gutters as we speak, don't bother reporting it.
No, actually, my lifeblood is perfectly fine. Thank you, though, for asking. Do you need any help?
What? You're serious? I mean, yes, I could use help. I've got a pretty popular establishment that's crawling with mercenaries.
Okay.
If I send my boys in, someone might get, maker forbid, hurt, and I'll have to explain to their noble fathers that being a god is actually dangerous.
Okay. So what would you like me to do?
The name of the whorehouse is the Pearl.
Ah!
Beat down any mercenaries that are out of line and send them a message. I said beat down, not kill. Let me make that really clear. Not on fire, or exploded, or make a nose, whatever type of grisly death you can dream up. Sorry. Used to giving orders to my boys. Just leave them breathing and I'll be happy.
Okay. Sure, sign me right up. I'll handle that for you.
Thank you, Warden. Happy hunting.
Good luck with your recruits. I feel bad not helping him with that because it sounds like he's having a really rough day. Oh man, can you imagine? Where is the Pearl? I've never been to it or actually heard of it, and I grew up in Denham. That's probably weird. Okay, so we made it. This place is a lot classier than I thought it would be.
Touch nothing.
Okay,
I don't think they clean the surfaces in this place very often.
good to know.
Why do they call it a brothel? There's no broth. Or is there?
There was a time in Honleith when two filthy wretches rubbed together right
Oh!
beneath me. Unbearable.
Oh, Shale, I didn't need to know that, but as your friend, I'm glad you
Scamp
felt...
Kylon sent you, right?
Yeah.
Glad he hasn't forgotten about us. The mercenaries are right there. If you're here about other things, just speak up.
Oh, no. Not here for anything else. I'm gonna go talk to them to make your life easier.
Turn around and walk, stranger. This affair is for White Falcons only.
Okay, listen. Who or what are the White Falcons? I've never heard of you before at all. And I grew up here-ish, kind of.
We're the toughest, meanest, and loudest mercenary band from the Free Marches.
Uh-huh.
If you haven't heard of us yet, you will soon. Now get out.
Oh, I'm so scared. Look at me, I'm shaking. Even my dog is shaking from fear. Woo-hoo. By order of the guard, you have to vacate the premise. I never actually thought I'd get to say that, but now that I have, that's really fun.
Get a load of this guard. You're telling us what to do?
Yeah, I really and truly am. Did you know that, generally speaking, nobles, right? The nobles, the people with the money and all that other stuff, they want solid, reliable soldiers and not actually riffraff. Like, I don't know if that ever once crossed your mind, but if you want to make more money and seem more popular, you kind of have to appeal to them. And what they want is not what you are currently. Do better.
You have a point there.
I know.
Man, let's clear out.
Good luck.
Don't want to get on Locane's bad side, do we?
No.
I owe him one.
You're welcome. Hopefully they won't be back again, and if they are, hopefully they won't be quite as, well, boisterous as they were currently. Okay. Let's see. Through here, then? Now, it's time to go... Do we have to go back and tell him? We should probably go tell him that we finished the job. And then we'll find the place on the map that doesn't actually exist.
I was hoping I'd find you. I heard about the Pearl. I don't know how, but you got them to leave with no fuss at all. The Pearl's workers will...
Nobody gives orders to my men but me. A little lesson in respect is in order.
I see. Don't bother sparing these louts. Things are about to get messy.
Sure.
We must not exhaust our supply.
Okay. It's time to beat up the bad guys. I'm very good at that now. Okay. Careful, everybody.
And people actually voluntarily attack you. Are they just stupid? Here's the payment I promised. I might have more work if you're interested.
I appreciate it.
I'm heading back to the market district. The back alleys are just too dangerous for me.
I'm sure we'll be back to visit you at some point. Good luck with, you know, the recruits and everything. So good. Look at that. We got rid of a whole set of bad guys. Oh, look at all this stuff. I'm going to take all this. I don't know who can wear it or who would want it, but you know what?
Very well.
I'm here for it. Okay. So now can we go back to camp and get who we need to get and get going? I'm sure we'll be back. You know what? I think what we should do is go get this done because I really and truly just want to save Arl Eamon or figure out if there's a way to actually save Arl Eamon because I'm not 100% sure that these ashes are going to work. And once we figure out if they do or they don't, we can then make contingency plans from there. And then maybe we come back to Denham and have a few days off. Probably not because we never get time off. But you know what? I'm going to pretend that we actually have the potential to get time off.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire.
Oh?
Do you wish to hear what I have found?
Yeah, absolutely. What did you find?
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it.
So, what was it then? Are you okay? You kind of looked a little disturbed almost, which I honestly wasn't expecting.
Disturbed? Yes, perhaps that is the right word. One thing in particular within her writings disturbs me.
Oh?
Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
Okay, it's useful? Wait, did she drink blood? Eat children? Anything weird like that? Because if so, ooh.
That is closer to the truth than you might think.
No.
Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
What? Are you certain about this? Like, okay. So, I have a lot of questions about this, but you're 100% certain, right?
Indeed. That is primarily what this tome details. The various daughters that Flemeth has acquired, their preparation and training. I recognize all of it. I am to be her next host. This is my purpose.
Okay, first of all, no. You can determine what your purpose is. Just because Flemeth had plans for you doesn't mean you have to follow them. You are your own person, Morrigan. Second, why would she risk sending you with me, though? That wouldn't make sense. Wouldn't she keep you close to home?
I do not know. Perhaps 'tis as she said, the Darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful. According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
Okay, so I have a question then. I hate asking this, but call it morbid curiosity. If you died, would she have to have another daughter? Or is there already another daughter out there none of us know about?
Not by any natural means. Perhaps I should take this as a vote of confidence from her on my capabilities?
Probably.
Or perhaps she simply wished me gone from the Kokari wilds so she could prepare her ritual in peace. A disturbing thought.
Yeah, that too is very disturbing. And you had no idea about any of this? Morrigan, I'm so sorry.
Do not be sorry. I am not. I am angry.
Anger is
There
good.
is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die.
What?
I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Are you sure you don't want to just talk to her about it first? Because that would normally be the normal option, Morgan, is first we go and meet with her. We have a nice little heart-to-heart. And then if she doesn't see reason, then we murder her. Like, that would be normal.
And what would that do? At best, I would receive pointless reassurances. At worst, Flemeth would imprison me once she became aware I know what I do.
Fair.
I know my mother well enough to be confident she would show no mercy when it came to her own survival. I must do the same.
Okay. And you need my help, right? I assume?
Because if she is slain while I am near, I am not certain that she will not simply be able to take possession of me right there. So obviously I cannot be the one to do it.
That would make sense, because if you were there and then she jumped bodies, that would just, accelerate the process that we were trying to avoid in the first place. All right. So I'll help. Yeah, no, of course. What are friends for, right? This is... Yeah. No, we got this. We can do it.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kokari wilds without me.
Okay.
Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible.
Okay.
The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
Okay. Is there a time limit on it? Just out of curiosity, because I did have to go and do something, but like if you need this done now, I'll go get it done now kind of thing.
Not really, but the sooner the better, no?
Perfect. Excellent. I'll see what I can do. We'll get it done for you, and I'll bring you back her real grimoire.
I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
All right, you got it. We'll go have a lovely chat with your mother in the woods that she lives in a scary hut.
Look, before we go any further, I want to say something.
Yeah?
I appreciate that you brought me to see my sister, and that you were there to talk me down after we left. You're a true friend. I just wanted to tell you that.
Thanks. You know we're in this together, right? Like, you don't have to do all of this alone kind of thing.
That we are. I have your back. You know that, right?
I do.
Well, now that that's out of the way, yes?
Why do you always make things awkward but not awkward, Alistair? Can I ask you something?
Ask away.
Wow, you're so much nicer about that than some other people, Sten, at camp. So how did you become a Grey Warden? Like, I know some of it, but like, I feel like we haven't like talked about it yet.
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
No! You're so clever, Alistair. Your wit is just forever entertaining.
I do my best. What can I say? Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
You don't seem like the overly religious sort, though. Just out of observation.
You're telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count. And that's a lot. I can count pretty high. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Why did the Grand Cleric want to keep you so badly? What were you, like a collectible to her?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens, is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have.
Well, I'm sorry. I am. He was a good man, though, Alistair, and that's something that we should definitely not forget.
He was. A good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Okay. Sorry. What is going on? Okay. I'm gonna leave you two alone. I think that they were having a conversation that only the two of them could understand, so I'm gonna let them have it. I'm gonna get some sleep, and then, you know what? I should probably just handle the whole Morrigan's mom thing and just get that done. So I guess I'm off to go confront Flemeth? Oh, that should be terrifying. That should be absolutely terrifying.